What's up, fellas? This week we got one that's just straight to the point. I'm throwing in my Resilient 15 Gold V2s on my new Taramps Big Boss 8. If you haven't already, check out my website, hi-fi-vector.com. I do all kinds of custom car audio bass knobs, accessories, amplifier cooling fans, amplifier fan automatic control units, custom colors, so check it out. And if you guys like this content, man, please like and subscribe. It'd really help me out. Now let's get to it. All right, so these are the Resilient Sound Gold V2 15-inch subwoofers. These are dual 4-ohm, so both these are wired to 1. And I'll put links in the description. Also, I always have links to my discount codes that you can use at various websites in the video description, so check that out. But these are the 15-inch versions. They're in 4 cubic foot net boxes, tuned to 32 hertz. So these are more of a sound quality boxes. Don't have huge ports, but we'll still do an SPL test later to see what we get out of them. Got my 6L LTOs over here as usual, and we're checking these out on my new Taramps Big Boss 8. So previously I tested these on the Smart 5 bass and they did really well, but I wanted to check them out and I figured I'd share it with you how they do on the Big Boss 8 and if I hear any sound difference. We'll also keep an eye on things once in a while with the SMD meter to see what real world power is going to these things. So we're going to check it out. I just wanted to share it with you guys. I'm going to see if there's any sound quality difference between my Smart 5 bass. Some guys were saying that they noticed the sound quality difference between the regular Smart amps and the Big Boss. So that's why I wanted to do this and see if I could tell the difference. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to play quite a bit of music on this and just kind of roll with it. So there'll be a lot of footage. We'll do an SPL test and test tones later at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. But this should be a really good setup. And I'm curious to see if it's going to sound any different with the Big Boss versus the other Smart bass type amps. All right, let's do this. Man, I don't know if you can see, but it's literally shaking my truck apart. It's really kind of too much for me being kind of an SQL guy, but man, they're cranking. That is a problem. You get too much power and it just rattles everything to pieces, and that's what I'm running into with these two Resilients on this Big Boss 8. It's so loud that it just rattles my whole truck apart, and since my truck's not gutted, all the plastic pieces in here are rattling, the windows are rattling. So for me, this is a little too much. I would need like a truck and gut it, really, so it doesn't rattle. Let's do some sweeps. You can see these things freaking get down low. And these are just great sounding subs, these Resilient Sound Gold V2s. They got a pretty nice wide range. They hit like the upper bass notes well, and they just freaking hammer the lows. And any noise you're hearing is not the subs, it's just stuff in the boxes shaking. Look at the boxes jumping around. So these definitely hammer the lows super hard. Probably one of the best on the low end, next to like the Sundown X's and the New American Bass HDs. But these just get down. Look at that. In the video, it's hard to tell too how much flex they have. That's why I did a little bit of slow motion footage, because the camera doesn't pick it up. But yeah, I would need to put this setup in a truck that was gutted and the boxes bolted down, because right now it's just kind of too crazy. But the amp sounds good. The subs obviously sound amazing. I did a separate review on the subs if you want to check it out in another video. But this amp sounds great. I don't notice any sound difference from this and the regular Taramps bass amps. They all sound great. So I know a lot of guys were asking me, do the Big Boss sound better, worse? To me, they sound great. They sound just the same. I don't really hear anything different. And these subs are freaking amazing. They're a little too much for me in this truck since I'm not gutted. This truck isn't gutted, and so these are a little bit too much for my daily driver truck here. Let's do some SPL tests. Man, almost 150. These are SQL boxes with not the largest port, so I'm sure if I built these with bigger ports, I would have hit 150 easy. But nevertheless, these subs sound freaking awesome. You can check out my full review I did on these previously. The Big Boss 8 sounds really good. So I didn't hear any sound difference, between these and the smart amps. Guys were asking, so now I kind of know because I was curious too. That's why I wanted to do it. But I like these amps. They sound really good. I did notice when I was doing the SPL tests on a couple times, the smart technology kind of kicked in and kind of turned the volume down a little bit, but I've never heard anything about that, with music or playing any kind of songs or even test tones. It was just the SPL test. But, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like the content, man, please like and subscribe. It really helped me out. Check out my website, hifivector.com. Anything you buy just helps support me and the channel, so I really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.